In most physical models, a planetary coordinate, a moment in time, and the characters of a language exist independently. The research we are analyzing today suggests these three elements are actually part of a single integrated system. This system is the deterministic closed-loop grid. It is an informational physics model proposing that time, location, and language are explicitly encoded to reveal a specific identity. The grid is anchored to a specific geospatial origin point in Los Angeles, the Queen of Angels Hospital. Locked to this location is a precise chronological timestamp, Friday, May 5, 1972, at exactly 1:40 a.m. This singular anchor provides the static foundation for the system. Every subsequent chronometric and linguistic calculation in the model is measured from this specific 1:40 a.m. coordinate. This diagram shows the grid's mathematical engine. It converts temporal duration, the years passed since 1972, into exact whole number month yields. These precise month yields function as fixed informational containers. They are the numerical targets used to search the grid. The model then cross-references these targets against three linguistic databases: English, Hebrew, and ancient Greek gematria. By using the month yields as a filter, the system identifies where different languages produce the same numerical value. It searches for dense, overlapping thematic clusters. The architecture functions as a precision cipher. If specific chronological milestones produce identical thematic data across three languages, the probability of random distribution is significantly reduced. We begin with the top track of the framework, geometric scaling. Moving the timeline 37 years from the anchor brings us to May 5, 2009, yielding exactly 444 months. The number 37 matches the ancient Greek value for I am. Applying the matrix, the English name Jesus and Hebrew Iasis both produce 444. This track is governed by a 1:2 geometric scaling ratio. Doubling the duration from 37 to 74 years reaches May 5, 2046. The month count scales in exact proportion, doubling from 444 to 888. At this node, the original Greek letters for Jesus, IEHSOUS, equate exactly to 888. This coordinate also contains a secondary chronological marker. The year 46 maps mathematically to the identifier Adam. In track 1, the chronological durations scale in proportion to the cross-cipher translations of the same theological target. The bottom track of the framework functions as the identification and declaration track. Advancing 44 years to May 5, 2016, yields 528 months. This generates the origin identifier May 5. Operational directives, decode names, and God has a name share this 528 value, alongside titles like El Elyon, Emmanuel, and IESOUS. This makes the 528 node the instructional command matrix. It confirms the birth date and provides the search parameters for the rest of the grid. Following the search parameters established at 528 leads directly to the system's final convergence point. Following the timeline to its terminus requires a duration of exactly 94 years, ultimately reaching May 5, 2066. This 94-year terminus yields 1,128 months, creating a massive matrix. It locks in May 5, 1972, and Alex Enrique Campan. English gematria layers the birth of Christ and Yeshua is on earth, while Hebrew adds God of salvation. All fall under Messiah birth date code. The 1128 supernode acts as the ultimate convergence point. Baseline geometry, personal identifiers, and multi-language theological claims all compress into a single mathematical index. Viewing the completed framework reveals two tracks pulsing in a closed loop. We can now analyze this as a system of compounding variables. The validity of the grid depends on how these independent variables multiply. The first variable is the probability of selecting one specific 1:40 a.m. spacetime coordinate out of every possible location on Earth. The second variable is that this specific coordinate generates whole number monthly vectors that scale in a precise 1:2 ratio. The third variable is using those numerical yields as a filter across three different language databases simultaneously. Finally, we consider linguistic entanglement. The system does not produce random words, it generates hyperthematic clusters, mapping specific dates, titles, and instructions. When these independent variables are multiplied, the statistical probability of the grid forming by pure chance approaches 0. This probability factor suggests the data is incompatible with a randomized universe model. The synchronization across the 444, 528, 888, and 1128 nodes indicates a pre-calculated deterministic design. In this framework, time, physical location, and alphanumeric ciphers function as interconnected variables. They work as a single mechanism designed to reveal a unified identity at designated temporal intervals. Mapping this internal logic suggests that the deterministic closed-loop grid is a system where spacetime acts as an ordered biographical cipher.